Was it hard getting back at it here? Was everybody kind of rejuvenated and ready to go?
Our first practice was really good back. Everybody had legs and everybody was excited to be back. So it definitely was better than what we expected it to be.
You're a senior now. You're about to start your fourth conference season here. What kind of feeling are you getting about this team? Do you feel good about the direction that this team is headed in right now?
Yeah, I think we've made a lot of improvements in this beginning of the season, and I think we're definitely ready to get into conference play, and I definitely think we can win the Big 12.
The Duquesne game, some really good stretches in that game, some difficult stretches in that game. What did you take out of that?
I think we proved to ourselves that we can still win a game even if they come back and threaten us. So we definitely got up by a lot, and we need to maintain that and not give up the lead like we did. But I think we learned that we can still win the game regardless of it.
I know you had some stretches last year's team where you would go through some of those stretches where you couldn't score, and for a stretch there in Duquesne, that was the same thing. Was it sort of the same thing going on as far as execution or lack of?
I think we weren't executing on defense more so because they scored over 80 points, and that's too much for any team to score on us. So I think our defense was what was really lacking at those points, and when we can't score, we really have to turn up on defense.
Rebounding at the defensive end obviously was an issue. What did you see on tape about that?
We just weren't boxing out and getting bodies on people, and so they were getting to the offensive boards, but we definitely have to take care of that before we get into conference play.
How's it been with you coming off the bench this year?
It's been good.
Comfortable with that role?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. I did it last year, so I'm kind of used to that and try to just bring some energy and play good defense.
You got to have that spark off the bench. I know Coach Carey talks about that all the time. There are certain people he looks to for scoring, certain people for spark. Do you feel that's your role, spark and defense?
Yeah, that's definitely my role, and I definitely just try to play the best defense I can and dive on the floor and do whatever I can do to help the team.
How have you felt physically so far this year?
I felt pretty good. My knee feels really good and a lot better than what I expected it to be, so it feels a lot better than what it did in the beginning of the season too.
Yeah. Have you been a quick healer for the most part throughout your career?
Yeah, I'd say so, because I come back from this injury in like 6 months, and I did the same thing with my other ACL, so I think it's pretty quick to be back to complete play by 6 months.
Because you'd been through it before, was there a lot less trepidation about the whole thing?
I just knew what to expect. I knew it was a long, slow process, and I had to just take my time and just be patient with it. So I knew what to expect. That definitely helped it.
Does Asia look like the Asia of old to you right now?
Yeah, I definitely think she looks like she did before her injury, and she looks really strong, and she's playing great.
Right. How has she done, mentally, physically coming back from that injury so far this year?
She's done really well. She isn't scared about it at all, and she just plays as hard as she can and just plays without any fear with the knee.
Now you play an Elon team tomorrow that on paper you should handle. You've handled them in the past. I know tomorrow's more about you all than it is about them. You feel like you need a strong effort now heading into Big 12 play?
We can't look over any team, so we definitely have to handle Elon first and just take care of business tomorrow. But I think we definitely need to come out strong and play hard and get up the lanes and play good defense.
What have Coach Carey told you about them?
Well, they're pretty big. They have bigger girls inside, and they just have one really good shooter, so we definitely have to get out on her and just make sure that they don't dribble penetrate on us too much.
All right. Thanks, Jess.
Mm-hmm.